What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Ranger Talk here. I have really special guests I'll be chatting with today. It's none other than Melodic Metal Masters Rexoria. How are y'all doing? What's going on?
We're really good. We're really good. Happy to be here to talk to you tonight.
Good. Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I really appreciate it. So yeah, if you want to go around and kind of introduce yourselves and let us all know what your role is in the band, that would be awesome.
All right, I start. My name is Frida, and I'm the vocalist in the band, and I'm also the songwriter together with Jonas.
Awesome.
Yeah, my name is Martin, and I play the drums.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I'm Jonas, guitar player and also bass player on the records, and also co-writer with Frida.
Sweet.
Yeah, and I'm Christopher, and I'm a guitarist.
Awesome. Wonderful. Great. So, Martin, is that the shirt that you were wearing during the video Light Up the Sky?
Yeah.
Man.
And I'm wearing it just because of you.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah.
You have done so much for us already. Now it's time
to give it back.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You're very welcome.
I was secretly hoping you'd wear that shirt. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that.
It was so funny.
Yeah. I mean, you're just sitting back there rocking that thing, man. I was like, this dude, he's got style, I tell you what. So
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
He's a special little guy.
Oh, yeah, special.
Yeah, I always told him that he can never wear those kind of clothes, but he like, yeah, I can. And now maybe he was right.
That's funny. You're like, well, don't wear that. What are you gonna wear that for? And he's like, dude, I'm just chilling, man.
That's true.
Very cool. Very cool. So, if you don't mind going back in time just a little bit, when exactly did the band form up and how did you all meet?
Jonas?
Yeah, we started 2016, and Frida, I, and Martin had some bands before, but we said, we were sitting down together and said that, okay, now we want to create something new, something we really like and what we believe in. So we started up with three, and then we were looking for another guitar player, and we found Christopher. It was through social medias. And from there, we started to jam a bit, had like a couple of songs, and just created more and more songs. And then we realized, okay, now we have something that we believe in, and it's like from there.
Awesome. How did you all know what style of music you wanted to do in the start? Did everybody agree, or was there kind of some debate, like what direction should we go, or was it just natural?
I think it was kind of natural because we had tried some different styles before, which we weren't really 100% into, and we didn't really felt that it was just what we wanted to do. So we said we want something like touch of heavy metal, but a lot of melodic stuff in it, and from there that's where we are now.
We discussed, because since in the first band we played more of a like rock and roll kind of style, and it never really felt natural for either me or Jonas to make those kind of songs. I didn't feel like I was connected to it. Jonas had hard finding the right rhythm. It wasn't us. And I said, like, but Jonas, if we're gonna write together, we should write songs and music that we inspired by ourselves, And Jonas is a lot of into the 80s, like heavy metal, new wave of British heavy metal.
Yeah.
Like Iron Maiden and stuff like that. And I have more, maybe more modern kind of bass, even more kind of melodic, and was like Battle Beast and stuff like that before.
Yeah.
So when we try to combine that, it was like, okay, this is it. This is what we want to do. So it felt really natural for both of us to start writing it.
Yeah, that's really cool. How you mentioned, there's definitely a that blend of the old school, you know, kind of power, you know, 80s kind of metal with more of a modern style. But you know, you know, on the two singles, you know, I know in my reactions I mentioned that you know, there's also that kind of like early 2000s kind of dance, kind of electronic style too. Is that something that you did purposefully, or is it just kind of naturally when you get behind you know, who handles the keyboard, the synth stuff?
Before I did, but you haven't listened to our previous albums, I believe, and in
No,
the
I
previous
haven't.
albums we have a lot less keyboards. But
Okay.
I always wanted to put them more forward. I always thought that was, you know, the puzzle piece that was missing. I was like, okay guys, now we should, you know, put it forward. And when I said that, we believed that, but if we're gonna do that, we should have someone that's know what he's doing. I'm not, you know, totally familiar with all the recording stuff and everything.
Yeah.
So we contacted Edwin Premberg from Metalite, and
Oh,
told him if he could help us out, and he was happy to help us out. So I was like telling him kind of what the stuff I wanted to fit the record and everything, and he was like doing one demo song, and we were like, okay, now we have now we have it. So it actually, this is the first album that we have so much keyboard. We really didn't have that before. So.
wow. Well, that makes 100% sense that you mentioned the guy from Metalite, because there's definitely that kind of, you know, that's one of the only other bands that really kind of has that sort of style, you know, and so that's just cool that's
Yeah.
but like I said, that makes 100% of sense. And yeah, I need to go back and listen to the previous albums, because my first introduction to the band was just checking out Set Me on Fire, and it just blew me away. You know, I was just instantly like, okay, I need to check these folks out. And then of course the following single, Light Up the Sky, also just really, really great. So I need to go back and check that out for sure. But so when it comes to the songwriting, how does the process work with you guys? Do you all kind of get together in a sense and kind of bounce ideas off each other, or is it mainly you, Frida, and you, Jonas, or how does that all work, and how does it all come together?
Yeah, it's like two different stories. The previous albums, we have more been like in two different studios. Maybe I had some kind of riff or some part of a song, and Frida had some idea, and we just put it in one song, and then okay, now we have a song done. This time we tried that a few songs for this album, but we realized this is not really that good as we think we can make it. So we said, okay, we sit down. We are trying a new approach instead. We are sitting down together from scratch, just with an acoustic guitar and keyboard, and just sitting together and started from scratch. And okay, what kind of song do we want to create now? And already in the very beginning, could find some details that okay, here we should have another note there or there, and we could like talk and just communicate in a very good way, and we came very far pretty quick for the first songs. So then we realized this is the way we should work and then we recorded some stuff also from this and realized okay, this is really good, and we believe that this is the way how we're gonna do it.
Cool. Yeah, and I noticed, you know, one of the biggest things I think that really pulls people into the music, other than just like the energy, you know, there's great energy behind the music. You know, it really makes you want to just, you know, tap your foot or, you know, whatever. It's got good power behind it. But the other main thing I think is the melodies. How do you come up with the melodies? Because they're so catchy, they're so great, and very infectious. So you know, how do you connect with those melodies? How do you create those?
Frida?
Yeah, well, I think the match is because I'm from a more pop background.
Okay.
I went to a school with a more classical musical approach. I was like singing a lot of pop style melodies. We have something in Sweden called Schlagerfestivalen, Melodifestivalen, which have a lot of really powerful melodies, and that was the kind of stuff I was singing before. And but I always knew I wanted to do hard rock. But I took that as inspiration from that earlier part of my life to try to make it into the hard rock style, to make a really good hook and great hook in each chorus, but then Jonas take it down, make it dirtier with the guitars and everything, and then we like felt we had a good mix, and that has been one of the things people have said in reviews earlier on, that we have catchy songs, like catchy melodies that sticks to your head. And I don't really know, but I have some melodies that's always coming back to me in the same style, that I know the range and where I like my songs, my melodies to be. And then it's it becomes something else when Jonas put on the guitar and we find the rock style behind it. So I think it's a good match. And then he comes with the drums and speed it up like 1,000 times and something else.
Not really.
Not really.
My best, of course, but not really that.
Well, the drums definitely helps add like the pep, to the music. You have the great melodies and everything, and then the drums, really kind of help drive it. And what's it been like, especially with the new album, or the first two singles from the new album, where it's got that real kind of pop, kind of almost dance style, backdrop behind the metal and all of that kind of stuff. What's it been like doing the drums for that, finding that balance between kind of the pop dance almost with the keyboards and then just the metal side as well?
Well, I believe the drums is a bit more complicated this album, and I have listened to more bands like Amaranthi, but also my own style, of course, and develop it. Not overthink things, but just if it's good, it's good. And well, it takes time to determine the drums for a song. It can take some weeks, but you need to listen and to make changes. And well, sometimes you just have to be happy and move on to the next song, and that's it. It's not.
But he's just brilliant. He's always putting himself down, because me and Jonas can sit and Jonas can be like, I don't know about this, and I was like, we need something there, and Martin like, okay, yeah, okay, then we got it. That was it. So he always like, no, I'm in the background, but he always keeps it so fast, and making mine and Jonas work move forward very easily. So
he's so modest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And saying that it takes weeks, it was like the biggest lie he could say right now, because we are talking usually about hours, not weeks. So very, very fast. So I don't really know what.
It feels like weeks.
Right, I bet. Just sitting there trying to come up with the rhythms and the beats and all that kind of stuff. Is there going to be any like electronic drums on the album at all? Do you dabble with electronic, drum sets or anything like that, or is it strictly the standard traditional?
We have some electronics, yeah,
but not in the sound. It's just the regular sound, like the two songs you have heard. So there are no.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I was just curious. And Christopher, what's it been like for you, especially with the transition between the previous albums to the current style from the new album? How did you feel about that? Did that affect your playing style or your approach to the guitars at all?
I don't know. For me, it didn't really change my approach to things, because as we said before, Jonas writes most of the guitars. He tells me to do this, and I do.
You do it.
He's very easy to work with.
I see that. Yeah,
so I just feel like they got a good hang on what they're writing, so I'm gonna just let them do their work, and I just come in and steal the glory for it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Do you ever, tell him like, I think this could be a little bit better, or, oh, I really want to add like a solo here, anything like that?
Yeah, sometimes I can feel like, yeah, this doesn't really fit as well as it could have, and maybe we should try something else and stuff like that. But mostly he's got it pretty down. So,
Good. Cool. Yeah. I guess that makes your job nice and easy. It's like, cool. Yeah. Give me that and I'll play it. Has there been anything at any point where you're like, ooh, this is going to be a little tough. Let me see what I can do with this here.
uh, yeah, of course, it's been a bit tougher because we played a lot of faster songs than before.
Mhm.
But it's been a bit of a transition to that. But yeah, once you get used to it, it's fine.
Cool. Yeah. It's always neat to kind of have to push yourself and kind of,
Yeah.
get to another level. So that's awesome. That's really, really cool. Yeah, it seems like y'all just really work together like a well-oiled machine. It just works. You're all kind of on the same base. You all kind of know what you want to do, and you do it. That's just really, really cool. How did you determine what singles to release? Especially, how did you decide to release "Set Me on Fire" as the first single?
That's a good question, because we had a few songs that we felt that they are good potential singles, but there were a lot of like, not discussion, but we were talking a lot about it because it was so hard. In the end, it was almost like just single a coin and we will see which song it will be.
Yeah.
More or less, almost.
Just pull from a hat. Yeah.
We did not really agree on the
Really?
first single. It was kind of a discussion about that one. I was kind of more pushy for "Set Me on Fire" maybe than the other guys, but I felt that it was a good one to showcase a bit more of the keyboards and everything, because then we, as you said in your review, it goes back a bit in "Light Up the Sky," and then
Yeah.
it might go even further back in the next single we're going to release, but that's the song I mostly feel personally mostly about, and I think it's the greatest song on the album.
Really?
So
Okay.
yeah, and I'm really excited to that release as well, but we wanted to showcase every part of it, so both the more electronic and the middle ones and even the heavier ones, and I think we had a good match there. So
That's great. So everybody will know kind of the variety on the album, not be like, oh, the whole album's going to be like this or like this. No, there's going to be variety throughout. So that's really cool. But yeah, "Set Me on Fire" is just like a great like attention grabber. You know what I mean? I think it was awesome. I mean, I haven't heard the album, but I think it was a great single that really just kind of catches people's attention, and it's just like, here we are.
that was what I was hoping for. So it's perfect.
Cool. So as you said, so what we can expect on the whole album is kind of a mix of more electronic, some middle ground, and then some more heavy. Are there any ballads or anything like that we can expect on the album?
Yeah, one.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, it's kind of a ballad.
Kind of a ballad, yeah.
My ballad.
Not a pure love ballad, but
Right. Yeah. It
It's,
slows things down a little.
It slows down in a bit, and it's more folk inspired, more folk inspired, and that's something you can hear also in the earlier albums, that we had more of the folk inspired stuff there too. So that's one of the folkier and softer beats, but also one of my favorites. So but we had one that was supposed to be a true ballad. It didn't become
No.
So it just
It became something else.
yeah, it started to pump up, and then Marty came with his like big drums, and then Edwin came with his more power metal keyboards, and I was like, oh, okay, that was a party song too. So,
There goes the ballad. Yeah.
yeah. But one kind of ballad.
Sweet. Yeah, it's cool like when songs, right, kind of like evolve. You start with a certain idea, but then it becomes something else entirely, but like just even greater than maybe what you had in mind before.
Yeah.
So that's really cool how that works. Have you been able to play any of the new songs live or anything yet?
No.
Sadly not.
We are, you know, trying to find some tours right now. We have been working hard on, you know, trying to find some tours, but we feel like there might be a bit less tours, you know, announcing than before. I don't know if this, like, you know, pandemic kind of after shake, or if this, you know,
Yeah, there's still
more
some
costs, you
hindrance,
know,
yeah.
with the gas and everything. So we're not really sure, but we're trying to find it. And we have now, you know, applied for some festivals coming up this summer and stuff like that. So right now, you know, waiting for answers.
Yeah.
And we can, you know, get some, but hopefully we get some, so we can go out and have some release party or stuff like that. So.
Yeah, that would be great. And y'all live close. It's not like difficult where someone's coming from way over or this and that. Y'all live kind of close to each other, or?
Yeah, like 1 hour.
Oh, yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So were you all able to kind of get together in the studio for the recordings, or were some recordings done elsewhere and then, you know, mixed together later, or?
Yeah, it was in 2 different studios, in our home studios. So a lot of guitars and bass and lead vocals was recorded in my studio, and some drums at Frida and Martin's studio. And Edwin, of course, he was doing his keyboards in his studio, and then we were sending to Stefan, who mixed everything.
We did a lot of backing vocals also.
Yeah,
Don't forget the backing vocals.
A lot of backing vocals in our studio as well, but it's very, I mean, it's so great to when the digital world is where it is now, because it gives you so much opportunity to make your life much easier and being more effective how to work.
Yeah. Have you all enjoyed the feedback so far on the first 2 singles, or have you had any like, you know, diehard fans who've been listening to you since the very beginning, and they're like, hey, what are you guys doing? And you know, there's a little bit of a change here. What's going on? Or has it been like, no, I dig this. You guys are awesome.
It's 2 sides here.
Okay.
Some of them are like, you know, still sticking on and liking it and everything, but it feels like some of them might, you know, taking a step back and like, okay, this is not the Rexoria we know. Might be a bit more, you know, by misstänksamma suspicious about it, you know.
Right.
But all the new ones is like, it's been amazing, you know, to see all the comments, and there's been comments that we, you know, could never believe someone would say about us. So yeah, it's been really overwhelming.
Yeah, in general, very good response.
Yeah.
Good. And y'all excited for the release? So when exactly is the release date, and what is the name of the new album?
Jonas?
3rd of February is the release, and the album is called Imperial Dawn.
Wow.
All right.
Game that not really no.
So clear this up. February 3rd. And the album is called Imperial Dawn.
And it is Imperial Dawn, because Jonas, he didn't seem quite sure. I wasn't.
I got a bit.
He took a chance.
Wow. And where can folks get that? Digital and CD copy, you know, the works?
Yeah, it will be, you know, everywhere on Spotify and iTunes and, you know, YouTube, everything. But we will release vinyls, one black and one
Purple.
Whoa,
split.
wow, nice.
Splatter. And then one CD as well. And hopefully we can release, so hopefully people can buy it from our own web shop the next week or so they can get signed if they want that and everything. But otherwise it's from our label, Black Lodge, Sound Pollution, you know, big shops. I don't know in America and Canada and everywhere over there, but you know, the ordinary shops online, they can get.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So plenty of places that folks can get their hands on this. That's awesome. But the label Black Lodge, is it the same label that you worked with before on your previous releases?
No, it's a new one.
Okay. I was just curious if it was like a previous label and they're like, oh, okay, you know, you changed the direction a little bit, but
no, we had you know, contract for 2 albums on the previous label, and then we decided from both parties we wanted to go separate ways because we also maybe wanted to try something new and see what we can do with another label. And in the beginning we were thinking about maybe if we should do, you know, release ourselves, because people do it today, you know, don't go a label way, but then we got in contact with Black Lodge, and then they liked us, and we knew band who they have been working with before that we also like, and they have really great, you know, PR and everything. And you know, really matched up everything, and we had a good conversation with the owner, and they decided to sign us. So it was, so far it's been really good cooperation with them.
Oh yeah,
It's been working really good.
Perfect. And so what have you all been doing to keep yourselves busy while you anticipate the new release? What do you like to do, you know, when you're not playing, you know, with Rexoria?
Christopher?
I don't know, relax with some video games, maybe watch some hockey, stuff like that. So I'll
Nice.
try to do when I get the time to.
Nice. What kind of video games?
Well, I don't know, like the RPGs, sports games. Yeah, a little mix.
Nice. Everyone
Otherwise, we're working, you know, every day hard to make this go around. So we have other jobs as well. So
yeah.
It's you know, go from work and then go home and work with Rexoria and then back again. So,
Not much time to relax.
yeah. I like animals and horses. That's my other stuff.
Oh, cool. Do you like take care of horses? Do you go to like a ranch or I'm
Yeah,
not sure what, yeah.
Both are private, but then I go to, you know, lessons in school or something like that to
Oh,
ride.
how neat.
Yeah.
How neat is that? Are we gonna get you maybe in a music video riding a horse or something like that?
Yeah, I might fall off, but
Well,
let's try it.
that you are so clumsy, so it's
Yeah.
nothing new to us in the band.
Yeah, I might be the most clumsy one in the band, so.
Yeah, well, we don't want that. We definitely don't want that. No. Cool. And Jonas, Martin, what do you guys like to do?
Yeah, I like video games as well, and hockey. But I regarding the video games or computer games, I like old games like Diablo 2, Resident Evil.
Oh yeah,
That kind of games.
stuff.
Old stuff.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. Resident Evil 4 remake coming out is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I like 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, okay.
The first Resident
You're one of
Evil.
those that 4 came along and you were like, I don't like the direction.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but they are my favorite.
That's funny. 4 is the one that actually got me into the series to begin with. I was like, this is amazing. And then later I went back. But
The 4,
for me, 4 is just glorious.
Is that Code Veronica?
Code Veronica is a good one.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like that too. Yeah.
We're like sounding so geeky.
Like,
oh my god, we sound such a hard rock band. We're like horses in video games. So badass.
So now we need a music video with Frida riding a horse, and we need Martin as a zombie walking around. And Christopher, you'll be like an RPG, like medieval garb, like with a sword and all that kind of
And with
stuff.
that,
And Jonas, what you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
I will be the strong guy from the gym, I guess.
Okay.
The hero.
Yeah, the hero.
The hero that dies.
The hero in the story.
That's funny. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So I can't wait for this music video. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Clear idea right now.
Yeah. And one other thing I wanted to ask actually too is the lyrics for the band. Who comes up with the lyrics, and what inspires the lyrics?
Well, that might be me. But I it's not my favorite part actually.
Really?
No. I like the writing songs, but when I come to the lyrics, it's like in some ways I love to write in English. In some ways I hate it because you know when you have so small vocabulary, you know, with words and everything. It's not so rich as it might be in Swedish, you know.
I see. Yeah.
It's just so many words that I know, and I'm, you know, keep coming back to my same style sometimes. So I always try to. That's where Christopher comes in. He helps me a lot. I don't know why he knows so many English words, but I'm like, Christopher, can you help me out? I want this word. Okay, put that in. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So yeah, but I'm trying to write, you know, lyrics that fit with the music. It's mostly, you know, both strength and power, or sometimes it themes, you know, light up the sky or fire or stuff like that. So yeah, I'm trying my best, but yeah, I would like some to help me sometimes.
I do it.
It sounds like Christopher's the human translator. So
Yeah, really like that.
awesome. Cool. Yeah, that's great. No, you know, I think it works very well with just the music and the style. So just everything has just a sense of power and energy. And like I said before, it's just very infectious. I can't imagine how fun, you know, I look forward to whenever you guys get to play live at all, because I can only imagine how fun and powerful and energetic the concert will be, and for all the folks to get to enjoy that. I mean, this kind of music is just perfect for that. So hopefully you guys get to do that soon. And
we hope, I hope as well, you know, since we're having more, you know, fast and, you know, the keyboards and everything now, it would be something new for us as well. So it would be truly fun to, you know, hit out and
and see Martin sweating behind the drums.
I'm not going to play live.
What I'm really waiting for.
Martin has fainted after the first song.
Yeah.
You could just have like the backing track, you know, the track of the drums just playing on the sound system, and you could be there just going,
yeah, that's perfect.
How can it play so fast even if it looks so slow?
yeah, right? And he's just like,
what kind of
he's really good. It's really all in the wrists. He's just really just hitting so fast with the wrists, you can't even see it.
You can't even see it. It's like, what?
But boy, he's rocking a cool shirt though. So yeah, I believe it.
Let's hope that's enough.
Yeah, that's how you sell it. Yeah. And so what's the plans for the future? Have you already started work on another album? Do you know the direction already that you want for the next album? Keep with the theme here, or just kind of just see where it goes, or have you just not even thought about it? Just like, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to think about it, we're just focused on Imperial Dawn. I'm
at the last part right now. I just want to stick to where we're at right now and see what the response is, and how everything's turned out, because, you know, it's all so much stuff around it. You know, you have to have contact with the label, you have to, you know, try to find some gigs, you have to stay updated on social media. So, you know, you're working around it a lot. So I don't really have time for that right now, but I don't know if Jonas has some thoughts.
I mean, when I play some guitar, some riff maybe comes up and I record and save it, but it's not in the focus. It's more like, you know, enjoying this moment right now. And then we will have a look at that further on.
Awesome. Yeah. So, well, congratulations on the upcoming release. I really hope you all get to enjoy that, and I hope it goes worldwide, and you know, y'all get the recognition that you deserve, and that you get to play live. Except for Martin, I hope you guys don't get to play live for your sake.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very good.
So yeah, I just hope you get to enjoy this time. And hopefully you don't stress too much about, you know, all the work, you know, involved with the release. But once it's out there, I hope you all get to just kind of enjoy that, and just to enjoy the feedback and everything. So
yeah,
thank you so much again for chatting with me, all of y'all. I look forward to, you said there's going to be one more single before the release, or is it going to be like on the release?
It's on the release. It's the same as the release date. Yeah. So
Okay.
it would be a video for that. So.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we can all look forward to that and the album. And yeah, thank you all again so much for talking with me. I just really appreciate it. It was so nice getting to chat and learn about the band. So thank you again, truly. Yeah,
you.
so
Thank
there
you for
you have
calling.
it, folks. Rexoria, you know, we learned a lot. We learned you know, things behind the band, and we learned that Martin doesn't want to play live. So you know, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I'm gonna put everything all the band's social media, link to their like the Bandcamp, and you know, where you can go and you can buy the CD when they release it. You know, buy it directly from them. Ideally, I think if you want a physical copy and stuff. So I'm going to put all that stuff in the description down below. And yeah, look forward to the third single, and look forward to the release of Imperial Dawn on February 3rd. It's going to be great. But yeah, check out the first two videos if you haven't already, the first two singles. Again, links in the description down below. And thank you all again one last time for chatting with me. And yeah, thank you folks for watching. And I'll catch you all next time. Ranger out.